All right. Hey, everybody. It's been a minute since we did a video, and everything is pretty much going smoothly. I just wanted to show you. I don't know if on the last video we talked about this. This was that vine from one of the shoots, and if you remember, it was just this stalk pretty much. But we managed to get one half of it, anyways, in these little grading things that we put up there, these little net things. And one day I'm going to have to put a link to, I forgot where I got them. They're just sheets of just nylon or whatever they are, but they're in that grid, and they're just so perfect because the shrimp can get in and out pretty easily. The snails, on the other hand, once the ram's horns get slightly big, they just can't get back in there. So that's pretty good. But you can see that it was just a stalk, but it actually, I mean, it definitely threw those shoots for sure, and they're looking pretty green actually, and they got that little plasticky look to them, so they're doing pretty good. Down the stalk though, down here, I don't know if you remember, this was totally getting eaten by the snails. So what happened was the snails pretty much, I don't know if you can see, it's horrible. The snails pretty much ate there it is, right? You see it down there in there, maybe? There you go. Okay, so they ate that thing to death, and it just died out of the thing. But because it's in the planter thing up there, that grid thing, it actually did manage. I don't know if you remember that little tiny shoot that was there. So it threw a shoot there, and it threw another shoot there, which is really good. Now, if I can find that stupid link myself to what those were, I forgot where I got them. Probably Amazon, of course. Then I'll try to throw it in there. But if I can remember, I'm going to order another bunch of them. They were like 8 sheets or 10 sheets. You know what I mean? They were 8 by, I guess they were pretty much like a regular sheet of paper size. Or bigger maybe, I guess. I don't know. You can see what that is. That one, I think that's like a quarter of one folded up kind of, you know. But what happened was it actually started throwing some shoots there. So that's definitely a good thing. Down in here, we are down to our 3 puffer guys who are down in there. And they're doing really good. I don't know if you can see, there's one guy there. There's another guy right there. There's probably one guy behind these nettings, these mops and stuff. And I had some friends over that said that they were the biggest dwarf pea puffer fish they have ever seen. And I was like, really? Okay, so let me just show you some. So these guys are whatever they called, Rancho guys, whatever. And every once in a while, I don't know, today was another day, I come in here and there's always a problem. Like everything is looking good, and then there's a problem. One of these guys, these dark guys, I think it might have been this guy right here, or this guy right here, one of those dark guys. I walked into, he's got one of these little guys in his mouth. I'm like, oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to sit there and slowly try to pull the guy out without breaking the little guy's fins and stuff, and without ripping the other dude's mouth apart. So slowly but surely he did let go, and he came out, and he swam away, and then this guy is doing okay now because I don't see anything wrong with anybody. So he must be doing all right. Then we had, we'll move over to this thing, which is just snail heaven all of a sudden. And you know what's the craziest thing? This is my new favorite thing. I come in here, I just did this about 5 seconds ago, okay? And I just go like this. And all these snails hate my guts because they just took an hour to, well, not really, it was probably about 10 minutes, I swear to God. I just did this, but they just climbed up this glass, right? So now I started doing this, let's see if I can, I wasn't watching the video, so that might have been nothing. Okay, so I go like this, and I get rid of all of these guys, right? And then I gotta be careful though, I don't want to squish anybody in there, any fishies. So I go like that, okay? And then when we come back in like 5 minutes, all those guys are clean. Well, okay, they're climbing to the top, but that's what I was really going to say. For some reason, if you notice, it's this tank doesn't have any algae on it because I think every time I shove those guys off the glass, they have to eat their way to the top again. That's why the back has some algae, but the front really don't because they strip the shit out of it climbing up and down, and they must hate my guts because I keep doing it to them. So that's kind of funny because now I've been doing that to the other ones. Look at this one. This is the one with the glow guys in it. And if I just did this with them, I come over here, I go, oh man, this is so satisfying to scrape all these guys off of here. Well, look at how many there are right in that corner. Like, they're like, you know, you ever see those guys who do the barnacles on the bottom of the ships and stuff, you know? So I'm doing all of this, right? And you got to see how fast they climb back up to the top. I'm shocked at how fast they've climbed back up. But they cleaned everything on the way up. That's why I think even this one, if I remember, had gotten pretty, like it had a lot of algae in it. And I started to scrape those guys off. Smash them off this, but I don't smash them. I'm not crushing them or anything like these guys here. I just run the thing over them and they let go right away, especially these trumpet guys let go right away. The other guys, the ram swords, they're a little tough. But I've been doing that, and that's why I think those, like, look at this one. This one was terrible with algae. I mean, it's not exactly fantastic, but it was so bad. This was so bad. There's the Cory Dories. So everybody's still doing pretty good, but like I said, so then we had a little problem with these guys eating the little guy. I don't think he meant to eat him. I think when they're down at the bottom like that and they're sucking up on the food, they just happen to suck up the little guy. Like, then this guy, these two guys, they were doing fantastic. That little red one, well, look at how big that guy got. That is just a monster. Okay, that's a monster. But the little red guy was one of the guys that was in that little, whatever you want to call it, incubated tank or hospital tank or whatever. But he was, dead, floating upside down. And then we got him back going and we put him in here. And look at how good he's doing, right? But yesterday, I went to feed them and I didn't see him anywhere. And I was wondering, where is he? And if you see, I don't know, sometimes the fat guy, he kind of like, I don't think he bullies him or anything. I don't know if they're guys or girls or whatever the story is, but they seem to get along pretty good. But every once in a while when there's food in there, the big guy kind of like, he's kind of like pushes the little guy or scares the little guy. And I think the little guy got scared and he ran behind the filter back there and he got stuck. And he was sitting behind the filter the whole night. And that was really screwing him up, you know what I mean? And so I was like, where is this little guy when I came out today? And I said, that's it, I got to go find this guy because that can't be right. He's doing so good and now he's just, gone. So I go up there, start looking around the plants and everything, nothing. And finally I get the filter and sure enough he comes squirting out. And I'm like, oh God, he's probably dead with like no eyeballs and stuff because the shrimp probably had him for breakfast. But he's not. He was pretty screwed up, I gotta say. I think he might even got a little upper fin damage, maybe. I don't remember what his fin actually looked like. He actually looks like he's doing a lot better right now. But he was, as soon as he came squirting out of it, he just immediately went down to the ground, like, and just sat on the ground and stuff. And I was like, oh God, that's it, he's over with. But then I waited a little bit. He was, I put a little food in there, and he did suck down a bloodworm right away, and that, I think that helped him actually. But he's kind of, I don't know where he is now, but that's what scares the crap out of me, is every once in a while it's like, well, where the hell did they go, these guys? Okay, so anyways, hopefully he's all right back there. I think I see him now. Yeah, I think you see him floating around behind this fat guy. There he is there. All right, he's back there. Okay, so then that's those guys, that's the glue guys, and then we'll go down here, and this was the the two little pea puffer guys that are just by themselves. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see if maybe one of them turns into a female and they just have like a little family in here, because the other dudes are down to 3 little puffer guys. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not sure how they... There's one guy back there by the heater in the back. I don't know how that works with them. If all of a sudden one of them is going to be pregnant. I'm hoping that 2 of them are going to be females in the other tank, because I don't want the males to fight. Okay, so that's those guys. Then we'll move along to the cattle ranch. And of course, the cattle ranch always does pretty good. I don't want to knock it by saying it don't. But we have, our guys are real fat and really healthy, I gotta say. They eat like pigs, these guys. So these guys are doing pretty good. Then we'll cruise over here. Now see the this is those little molly guys. But look at those snails, right? And then I go like this. I don't want to hurt nobody here. I go like this. And I think that they're keeping the tank super duper algae free. Which, I mean, you know, I guess that's good, but I guess that's good. You know what I mean? I always think algae is not such a bad thing. Like, you know what I mean? It means things are growing in there, and it also means food for the fish when I'm not around. All right, so that one's doing good. Okay, so then over here we have these guys. These are, let me get this guy here. Okay, so see, we had a problem with this one guy. Let me find him. That guy in the middle right there. Okay, he's a little bigger. You see, he's a little bigger. He's alive, and he's actually, again, he's doing a little bit better in this tank than he was in the cattle ranch. In the cattle ranch, he was like kind of upside down a little bit and not looking like he was getting his bearings too good. But I do see that at least he seems to be right side up most of the time. Every once in a while I come in here and he's a little, you know, he looks like he's starting to get blown around, or these guys are probably cruising around bothering him. But we're going to see how he does. I don't exactly know what's going on. He looks pretty healthy. I mean, he was in the other one. He might not be, you know, again, I know every single one of them can't survive all the time. Like, I get that. I get it's life, you know. But I wonder what happens to them that makes something like that. You know, like all of a sudden he's just not doing good. Those other guys are doing fantastic. I don't see anything wrong with anybody. Thank God. I hope nothing does go wrong. But all of a sudden, this, you know, one guy will be like a little messed up. So now we'll see. I will put him in here. He's doing all right. And then in this one, we just have this one last fishy in here that is still hanging on. I'm trying to... Oh, I just dropped that stupid thing. I'm trying to get them to... Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to go like this. Trying to get them to survive this and possibly... she or here, whatever. He's getting a little fatter, though, I got to say. See them on the bottom? She was a super duper premature. Now, if you look at that one, right? That is a baby that's from the same litter, I don't know what you want to call it, brood or whatever, of those other Rancho guys that are gigantic over there, you know what I mean? So that's such a little one. But she's surviving, and what I try to do is I try to keep the water super clean here. And she's definitely getting bigger. I don't know how she's doing it, but every once in a while I'll put, like, I hate to fuck with them, but she I don't even gonna really mess around. See, she is trying to get, and she's getting better at it. So what I'm gonna do is, I think maybe tomorrow when I got a little time, I might put her in a little bit of maybe a tiny little splash of aquarium salt. Because I think the aquarium salt might give her a little more buoyancy. Yeah, she's almost. I've been also trying to feed her. Like I said, she does suck up a tiny bit of a bloodworm once in a while, which is, she goes right for it too. You can see like she goes for it when it's in. As soon as you drop it in there, she can sense it or smell it or whatever they do. But man, she goes for it and she does suck it up a little bit. So she's hopefully going to survive. If I can get her to float around a little bit, then I'll try to introduce her into the bigger tank, and maybe she'll just survive, and we'll see what happens. And then over here we have the Molly tank, and I'm scared to say that I think we got rid of that stuff. I just got splashed on my back from this fish behind me. I don't know why. Every time I walk by here, the one of them just jumps and splashes me every single time. Okay, so I haven't seen a Molly be shrimp food in a long time in here, or whatever. Everybody's doing okay. We have those crazy color guys there wherever he is. There's 2 there. There should be 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then there's that one guy who's just got the really crazy colors. I try to find them. Maybe if I that one's got some color too, but if I knock, sometimes they come. I don't know. Where is he? Oh, there he is back there, I think. See him back there? Let me see. He's at the top there. Where is he? Oh, now he's gone. He's around. Is this him right here? Yep, I think that's him right there. No, that's him, I think. This guy, look at him. Oh my, what the heck, man? All right, so behind me is this tank of misfits that is unbelievable, these guys. And let me just make sure nobody jumped out of the tank, because they're so crazy, these ones, man. Okay, so let me come around this side, you get a better view. All right, so this was the 2 silver dollars, right? Which, believe it or not, the silver dollars are pretty, whatever you want to call that, skittish or whatever. They're pretty crazy, but somebody else in here is the one flipping out, making all those splashes. That's not them. That's one of these other banana heads. But anyways, so they're doing pretty good for just almost being dead when, those the silver dollars were in the pond outside, and when it was getting cold in the winter, they were at the bottom. They were gone. I was like, oh my God, forget it. I was too late. It got too cold. And I scooped them up and I brought them in here, and I slowly brought the temperature up, and man, amazing. They made it. That little dinosaur guy right there was just a little bubble-eyed worm on the bottom of the tank for weeks and weeks and weeks, and just getting blown around in the rocks. And I was like, oh man. Every day I would come in and grab him out of there and try to put him in the little, those little, let me show you what it was. Well, this one don't have it, but see these like little container things. And what I was doing is I would drill a million tiny little holes in them, and then put the little guy in there and put that in the water so that nobody could bother him, but he would still be in the water with the rest of them, like swimming around and stuff. And I did that, and then he or she would do really, really good and start swimming around and everything. I'd be like, oh my God, okay, great. And I'd let him go in the water, and then the next day he'd be on the ground again. I was like, oh man. But in here, he's doing so much better. He got big, fat. All of these guys did pretty good, I guess. Like I said, some of them were just, you could see that some, like that guy with the gill, the underdeveloped gill. This guy with the underdeveloped gill. That guy was dead 20 times, came back to life 20 times. Her too. Well, her not really though. No, I can't really say that. She's always been pretty good, except for when she was outside in the cold. Got a little cold for her, but she's been doing real good in here. Okay, so that was a half-hour video. That was supposed to be 5 seconds, and I just wanted to say that we're doing pretty good. I guess I'll just do one quick look at the crazy plants that are just again going absolutely nuts. They're just nuts. So they just go crazy. Look at okay, this is what the new thing now is. I started putting them across the pipe, across the top, and you look where it is now. It's over here. I gotta go put it up there. You see where it is? It's like hanging down where my head is now. That's crazy, right? That is just not. This one too. Again, I gotta recommend to every single person out there, if you're having any kind of problems with your plants not growing because your fish are eating the roots, do this. Do something like this, and your plant will finally do good, and your roots will finally start helping out in filtering your tanks too, which is probably I would say that's probably the most important thing, is trying to get them to filter the tanks for you. This one too, here's another one, right? It's been going, I don't know if you remember, but it was like at the door there. It kept getting chopped up the door, so we put it up there. So now look at how crazy it went down into my cactus thing there, around that, it went down, it's hanging down there, and look at how far it's gone back. Oh, this is crazy, okay? Look at where it is now. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. Now this is one we got to really keep our eye on, because down in there, I can't really see too good, but it's still doing okay. This one was kind of dying a little bit, but we managed to, I guess, well, okay, so you see he is kind of got that. He's feeling a little thick. Now this thing here, this is a different one than this one. So this one goes around, and it's in there. It's definitely in there, but is it? I don't know. All right, well, we're gonna shove it down in there a little more, and hopefully. Okay, so see, even that thing is. It's kind of growing. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That little thing is growing in there. You see that? It's got a leaf on it. That tiny little nub of a. Oh. All right. I guess my battery power is going to go off soon, so I better hurry up and get out of here. I will see everybody later. Take care. Oh, happy 4th of July, everybody. America is the best country in the world. Don't ever forget it.